What's up, you guys? It's Molly. Today we're going to be doing a full face of nothing new slash chatty get ready with me. It has been like over 90 days since I have posted a video. And the reason for that is because summer's hard. I know, it's crazy. It's not in the sense that like it's super laid back and everything's great and we're traveling, we're having a lot of fun, but it is very difficult for me personally to stick to an upload schedule of any sort. So yeah, I have found that when I'm out of my routine, I am out of my routine. And it's intense. So that's essentially it. Like, I did not get any time to myself this summer, and that is when I like to, that was a bold-faced lie. I did get some time to myself, but I wasn't using that time to edit. I will tell you that much. So anyway, during the school year, there's just like these built-in pockets of like time to myself, at least more so than in the summertime, if that makes sense. So here we are. So if you like the way that this makeup look turned out and you're curious about the products that I used, then you should just watch the video. Don't mind the rambling. All right, let's get into it. Okay, you guys, I went ahead and pulled my hair back just so that it's not in my face when I'm doing my makeup. I also moisturized with, I'm just back to using the Trader Joe's, like, I don't know, it's in the white bottle. It's like $5 or $6 a bottle, and it lasts for months and months and months. I was using the Naturium Dew Glow Moisturizer SPF 50. Love this. Like this, I really, really enjoy. I love how dewy it makes my skin, and it's great. But I go through it really quickly, and it wasn't really in the cards financially to repurchase a $25 tube of moisturizer right now. Back to school season is a thing, plus like medical bills are a thing, and oh my God. We have been through it this summer. So anyway, what was I gonna say? I don't know. To give myself more of that like dewy look, I did put on the Trader Joe's Organic Argan Oil. Just to, I don't know, look a little bit more alive, not 40. I did turn 40 this summer, and I just think that's absolutely wild because I, up until like just a couple of years ago, didn't really feel like a grown-up. I mean, I guess I did. I take that back. I kind of felt like a grown-up as soon as I had my oldest, and he's 14 now. But 40? Like, I thought I would feel a certain kind of way, and I don't. I'm just like, I'm 40. It is what it is. It's all good. So anyway, I think for this video, I already talked about that. So anyway, I'm 40. That happened. I figured let's just talk about where I've been and what's been going on. But first I need to figure out what flipping eyeshadow palette I want to use because there are so many options. Okay, I think for the eyeshadow palette, I'm going to use this Cosmic Brushes Nudetrals palette. I don't know if this is available right now. I do know that they are suspending shipping to the United States for the time being because of tariffs. You can thank Donald Trump for that. Anyway, I don't know. I don't want to talk about politics. I just know that I am not in favor of what is happening in this country. Yeah. We are. I saw something the other day. It was this person was talking about there's like a scale for authoritarianism. 0 or 1 is pure democracy and 10 is pure authoritarianism. When Trump took office, we were at like a 3.5, and in July we were at a 6, and now in August we're at an 8. So it's not cool. Everything that's happening is devastating. And I just, there's so many things that I want to say. So many things that I want to say. But I'm trying not to make like blanket statements or like attacking the character of people who voted for him, because I have people that I love dearly who voted for him, which is wild to me. I'm like, what are we doing here? Anyway, I never supported him. I just want to be clear. Never once. So the closest I got was watching him on the Oprah show making a burger and thinking that looked good, and I want to try to make that. That was the closest I got to supporting the man. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and do the makeup and tell you where I've been this summer. So I did not post this summer. Also really quick, I'm going to use the shade Icon as a transition shade, and then, wait, am I? I don't know that I am. Hang on, hold that thought. Cause I kind of, no I am. Yeah, okay. So I'll use Icon as a transition. I might deepen things up with this like plummy brown, and then there is this gorgeous multi-chrome that I just feel like it has to go on my eyes somehow. But I might also use this shade Luxe, which is also a multi-chrome. I could do any number of things. Okay, so this summer we have been traveling. We traveled quite a bit in June and July, and we're done for now. In September we have another trip coming, but and that one's just my husband and I, which will be absolutely lovely. Anyway, in June we went to Disney with my in-laws, and that was so much fun. My brother-in-law brought his two boys, who my youngest just loves playing with. Not that my oldest doesn't, but my oldest is 14, and you know, but he still enjoys playing. I mean, he'll play with all the kids. And my mother and father-in-law, which was wonderful. It was really nice to spend time with them. Although I felt like we didn't really spend a whole lot of time together. We were kind of all doing our own thing, which was fine. We had a great time regardless, and I'm excited to do it again. Like I can truly see how people become Disney adults. Like I really can. Like no shade, no judgment. It brings people joy. But yeah, I mean, my oldest and I were having so much fun just like looking at all of the souvenirs that we could buy. He may not have been having a ton of fun. I think he was like really wanting all of it, but you know, we can't always get what we want. But I could totally see, I mean, they have some really cute merchandise, and I get it. Okay, I don't want to go too crazy with this shade. This is the shade Lust. It's that plummy brown. I really just want to add a little bit of dimension to the look. So we went there and then came home and turned around like just a few days later. I felt so bad for our dog because we have to board him when we're gone. A few days later we went to Denver for one of my family members got married, my cousin Drew, and that was really nice. I love his kind of like that. My aunt and uncle, so his parents are absolutely incredible, and I love them dearly. We have been through the ringer this last year, my husband and I. Some things happened, and they were instrumental in like kind of helping to guide me through it at least, which therefore helped the whole situation. So that they've always been my favorite aunt and uncle. I shouldn't say that. Did I say that? I don't know. They've put in the most effort in getting to know me, getting to know my children. So they're good people. Not that my other aunts and uncles aren't. Of course they are. They're fine. They're good people too. And I do love them. Look at me backtracking. Anyway, So it was really nice to see them and to spend a little bit of time in Denver. We didn't get up in the mountains, unfortunately. We have a tendency to go to Denver and not go to the mountains, which I don't understand. Like, we go every single Christmas season. We get an Airbnb out there and spend it with like my brother and his family, and then me and my family, and then our sister and our parents. And we have a great time. But we've been doing it for several years now, and last year was the first year that we actually like went into the mountains. Like, what are we doing? They're right there. And we live in Nebraska, so there are no mountains. We have sandhills. And that's really beautiful country. Like, people think that Nebraska is just this flyover state. It's not. There is stuff here. You're just not looking hard enough. You have to look for it. Like, it's not just, well, bam, you know, it's not California or Utah or Wyoming or any of the places that have mountains or oceans. The Midwest states, you really have to, like, you got to get off the beaten path and find the beauty. It's not going to find you. And you have to have an appreciation for, like, the smaller things. You know what I mean? Okay. So here's the eye look so far. Great. Do I want to just cover the lid? I'm going to cover the lid in that first shade, Icon. So that way this multi-chrome has a little bit more to, like, work with. It seems like it's maybe a little bit sheerer, more sheer. Also, this purple shade, this Lust shade is definitely like sticking down and not necessarily wanting to blend, but I'm not so mad about it. It's not like it's not workable. It's just a bit finicky. So anyway, we went to Denver, had a lovely time, did a lot of swimming in the hotel pool. Did a little bit of sightseeing, not a ton. What did we do? It was a quick trip. It was just like a long weekend. We left on a Sunday and came back Tuesday. So it was fast. We didn't want to leave our dog in the kennel for too long. So speaking of whom, oh, he's on my bed. I was wondering where Petey was. So then after that, we were home for a couple of weeks, and then we left for another 5 days, and we went to Illinois. We were about an hour outside of Chicago at a resort, and it was a family reunion for my husband's side of the family, so we saw his parents, and that's who we went to Disney with. We saw them, as well as he has 2 brothers and a sister. So we saw both brothers, all the cousins were there. It was really, really nice. Just have such a good time spending time. Like, his sister and her family, we don't see them nearly as often as I would like to. So getting to see them was absolutely fantastic. And I'm excited to see them again sometime soon, hopefully. We are actually planning a trip out there for my oldest niece is graduating, and that's really exciting. So we're gonna go out there where they live next summer. That I wonder what this shade would look like if I wasn't laying it with these colors, like, of mattes. I'm wondering if it would look different. But aside from the traveling, we've also just been, like, loving our summer. We have been having so much fun swimming in our pool. We don't have, like, a below ground pool. It's an above ground pool, and it's not super impressive. It's one of the, like, I think 3 feet deep, maybe a little less than 3 feet deep. I can't remember. I think it's like a 30-inch depth, so it's less than 3 feet. But we've been just, like, every day swimming in that. For foundation, I'm using this Milk Makeup Skin Tint. What are you? Grip Gel Tint. This is the GOAT. This thing, like wow. My next video is gonna be talking about summertime favorites. Y'all, this one is pretty fantastic. I have really been leaning into lighter coverage options, but I don't want no coverage. I want some coverage, and this is that. It is everything that I want, just so you know. So I will talk more about that. Actually, that's probably exactly what I'll say in the video that I'm gonna film next, where I'm talking about the products I've loved this summer. We did have a bit of a scare with my youngest. Let me tell you about it. So he was at daycare and they were playing with a splash pad, and apparently he fell, but she didn't see him fall. He goes to an in-home daycare. She did not see him fall. Filming, I'm rusty. I'm using the NYX Buttermelt bronzer and all butted up for my bronzer. So anyway, she didn't see him fall. But he came over to her and said that he fell. This is an intense color and not really, I hate the shape of the pans. And then he like passed out and started convulsing. So she thought it was a seizure. In fact, when she called me and told me about it, she was like, and then he fainted and had a seizure. So I was like, oh my God. So she called 911. And they came and checked him out. I left work and raced over there. I look like a clown. This is too much, bro. Anyway, I raced over there. When I got there, he was white as a ghost. Absolutely just no color to him. I low-key hate this bronzer, all right? I'm just gonna say it. So I rushed him to the ER. They did a head CT that came out normal, and then they just kind of monitored him. And then they referred us to children's neurology because it was a suspected seizure. So it makes sense. Now, he used to see a neurologist at Children's from like the time that he was born up until, was he 2.5 maybe, they discharged him? And that was because he has a congenital thing that can cause seizures. So he's never had a seizure up until this point, allegedly, right? So anyway, we go up. His neurologist is asking all of these questions. She's like, I cannot believe you guys are here. He's doing so well. Because he's fine. He is a very, very typical 5-year-old. For blush, we're doing the Baked Blush and Brighten in the shade Pink Buttercream. This is the Laura Geller. So anyways, his neurologist is like asking all of these questions. Okay, like, did she see him fall? No, she did not see him fall. Did he hit his head when he fell? She asked him, like, how did you fall? And he showed her that he fell forward and like hit his stomach. And he had said so it was the day before that we went to the ER, and they were able to get us in at Children's the next day, which was incredible. Anyways, I think it was the day before. Anyways, so he had told me at the time that his tummy hurts. So I'm thinking, okay, he hit his head, lost consciousness, had a seizure, has a tummy ache. Like, I'm thinking it's it's a brain bleed. Thankfully, the CT showed that it wasn't. But the neurologist is asking all these questions. Through her questioning, we come to find out, A, daycare didn't even see the fall, which is fine. She's one person. There's a bunch of kids. She's not going to see every single thing that every kid is doing. B, he didn't even hit his head when he fell. So probably not a seizure from hitting his head or at all. And he fainted. And she explained that with fainting, you can have convulsions that can look like a seizure, but it's not. She was like, but to be on the safe side, come back come back in a couple days, we're gonna do an EEG. So we did that. That was a freaking nightmare. Have you ever done an EEG? Have you ever done an EEG on a toddler? Or preschooler? Here's what happens. You have to deprive them of sleep, so they're cranky. So he had to go to bed like 2 hours late the night before, wake up an hour early, skip his nap because God bless him, he still naps. And then because they want them to sleep during the procedure because that is when seizure activity is most common. So we get him in there. He is exhausted. It's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, which is nap time. And he's, he hasn't had a nap. Or maybe it was 3. I don't know. So we get him in there and like as soon as he laid down, he started to fall asleep. Now they have to put like a ton of electrodes all over your head, and then they have to wrap your head in this like gauze stuff, and they have to wrap it under your chin so that it stays on, the hat stays on. And as soon as they wrap that thing under his chin, he was like Bruce Banner. He was so mad. Oh my God. And of course then he woke up, he was dead asleep. But as soon as they put that under his chin, he woke up and he was pissed. Oh my gosh. So mad. So mad. And I didn't know what to do for him. So we tried for like 30 minutes to get him, or almost maybe 45 minutes. We tried to get him to fall back asleep. It was not happening at all. So, they got what they could and they gave us the results. They were like, there's no seizure activity. He's fine. And so her diagnosis stood. She was like, it was her, as in the neurologist. She said it was convulsive syncope, which is fainting and convulsing. So all of that cost us, I don't even know. I don't know the exact numbers, but it's between $3,000 and $4,000. So we did a lot of like low cost activities this summer other than travel. And it was lovely. But yeah, we're paying those off now. And my husband's like, what's the point in having medical insurance? It doesn't do anything. Like I guess it got our costs down some, but not really. So it's a little bit frustrating. For highlighter, I'm using the ColourPop Entangled collab. We'll see. I don't know. I heard rave reviews about this, but I don't think it's that great. I'm just gonna say it. I don't know that it's not that great, but it's not striking me as like, oh my gosh, this is incredible. I think it's just fine. I don't think it looks more highlighted than it did before. For lips, I'm just gonna keep it simple and use the NYX Duck Plump in Mauve Out My Way. Or is it Mauve Out My Way? Probably Mauve Out. It honestly depends on where you're at in the world, bro. Why am I saying bro? I think it's because I have a 14-year-old. I think that might be why. I like this formula. I don't know, I've just been like really enjoying an easier lip. I think if you go like too opaque with the lips and too intense with the eyes and too heavy with the foundation, like you just look kind of crazy. So at least I do. I look kind of crazy when I do that. I think just mature skin, give me a break. I don't think I want to use this. I need to fix my bronzer because I don't like the NYX one. So I'm gonna hit my face with the Flower Beauty. Which, by the way, what is happening with Flower Beauty? Are they like done? Are they done? Are they not done? I don't know. but like Ulta, I don't think Ulta carries it anymore. Maybe they do. I don't think so. I look insane. I think I look absolutely bonkers right now. What is happening? Man, I haven't been using powder products lately. For blush anyways, and I think it's just, I don't know, I was looking kind of nuts. All right, lower lash line, I'm just gonna go in with Lust, this plummy brown, and kind of blow it out a little bit. Okay, and then I'm just finishing up with a couple coats of Lash Princess because I have realized there's no other mascara that comes close. There's no point in purchasing other mascara. This is the only one for me. And if it's ever discontinued, I will probably die of a broken heart or go on a makeup boycott. Just fine. You don't want me to look my best? I shan't, and then not wear makeup ever again. I've always had a flair for the dramatic. I feel like I look absolutely nuts. Dude, bro. I don't know. It's like too... Are the lights too much? Maybe it's the lighting. Maybe I need to turn it down a little. I don't really know. All right, so that is it for today's video. I am sorry that I just spent the whole time like rambling. I don't know. Filming is hard. It's been months, so sorry, not sorry. If you made it this far, you are a gem of a person and I appreciate you, so thank you. I am going to get on with filming other content that I will have up shortly, God willing, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.